All right, well, let's talk about a little bit of boxing stuff. I know as we get in the new year here, the Floyd stuff's starting to amp up again. I know you don't know anything more than anyone else, and if you did, you wouldn't say anyway, but, you know, rumors with Amir Khan, that kind of thing. As you see it right now, what would be the best option if you were advising Floyd, and what do you think is the best fight for him?
I'm not sure what fight is best for him. I mean,
well, let me ask you.
At 47, nobody's going to beat Floyd. At 54, nobody's going to beat Floyd. So, it doesn't matter. No matter who it is.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, it seems like, you know, the name, or, you know, the most likely opponent is Amir Khan. That's the name that's thrown out there the most. Why is Amir Khan a good choice, you know, for fans?
I mean, Amir Khan is a good choice because he has a following. That's all. He has a little following, so that helps a little bit. That helps the pay-per-view sales or whatever. But you know, it's kind of tough doing that with a Pakistani on Cinco de Mayo. So you know, in order for that card to sell, you actually have to have, you know, some other better Latino fighters on there as well, or you're gonna have to stack the card where, you know, the possibility of maybe Madonna and Bronner being on that card also would help. So it's I think that they're gonna have to find a way to promote that card for it can sell itself.
What about you know, obviously when Manny Pacquiao looked so great against Brandon Rios, his name got floated out there again. Why? You know, I guess we've heard all the stories again, but as of this point, you know, and I know Floyd had said something about, you know, Manny wanted the money and that kind of thing, but then Manny threw out, you know, which we know is kind of bogus, that he can do everything going to charity.
How can anything go to charity when you owe the tax man $68 million?
Well, I guess he was saying they could pick their charities, but anyway, we know Bob Arum's not going to send everything to charity. We know trainers, we know sparring partners, we know all those people aren't giving everything to charity. It's not possible.
All that was a new way of begging for the fight. That's all that was. Because you ain't nobody fighting for free.
Well, let me play devil's advocate here. The one thing a lot of fans, you know, especially the fans on Manny's side, will say is, you know, if he's not so deserving, if he's not deserving of a fight, why not just fight him and beat him then? It's the most money, and if he's such an easy fight, then there shouldn't be any reason not to get it done.
Well, there's two reasons. The first reason is when Floyd first asked to fight Manny, Manny refused the drug test. The second time, Floyd offered him $40 million, more money he ever seen in his life. He turned it down because he thought that they was on the same playing field. And now, you're in a situation in which you need Floyd. Floyd don't need you. What do he need you for? You know, I mean, the thing is, like I said, I mean, it happened twice. Fight shit already happened and took place already.
Do you think it's more personal at this point, or Floyd, he just doesn't want to give him?
I think part of it is personal. You know, because it's one of those things. And it's even more personal because of the fact that he's with Bob. You know, because Floyd and Bob don't get along. You know, and so I mean, that's the business side of it. You know, I mean, and the thing is this: Floyd wants to promote a fight in which he calls all the shots. You can't call all the shots when you have another guy that's a promoter. You know, he won his share too. So I think that's the biggest. That's probably the biggest, you know, Achilles heel with the fight not happening. Other than, you know, like I said, I mean, it's one of those situations in which, you know, like I said, somebody must have told Manny, well, if you go out and say you're gonna fight for free, hey, then that'll make him look bad because, you know,
now he's being a coward.
He's not gonna agree to that. No.
But that could never happen. Like I said, that could never happen anyway because trainers aren't training for free, sparring partners aren't sparring for free.
No. First, it's not gonna happen anyway. First of all, nobody fights for free, and you know, like I said, that's a new way of begging.
Yeah.
You know.
Bottom line, you know, both these guys have a handful of fights left at best in their careers. As long as Bob Arum's in the picture, that fight never gets made.
Nope.
So who would you, and then just to finish up, here's a couple of the other ones. Just explain why. You know, I know why, but people sit there and say, well, why didn't he fight Triple G? Why didn't he fight Andre Ward? People like this. I mean, it's Why are those?
Because it makes no sense. Because Floyd's not even really a 147 pounder. Floyd's really a 140 pounder. Floyd just has skills where he can beat guys a lot bigger than him. But if you keep continuing to go up and bite off, trying to prove to the whole world that, well, I'll beat the next weight class, eventually you're going to get bit.
Yeah. Next thing you know, they're going to be saying, why isn't he fighting Klitschko, right?
Exactly. I mean, well, you got Bernard Hopkins, begging to fight Floyd, a fight that doesn't make any sense at all.
Right.
I mean, even if you come down to 160, it still doesn't make sense.
Well, let's just finish up with this. Throw out a few names, unless someone else comes on the scene, but that are logical, likely, and good opponents for Floyd his next few fights, in no particular order, that you think would make sense.
I mean, I'm just being honest. At 147, no one.
What about Maidana? You think that'd be if he can beat Broner again? Would you like that fight?
I think that'd be an entertaining fight in terms of, for the fans to come out and want to see it. But Maidana has no chance with Floyd. Zero.
Who gives him? Who's the most competitive, likely fight for Floyd at this point? Now, I know you don't think he'll beat him, but who do you think would give him the most problems based on a certain style or whatever? I mean, I know some people had said Amir Khan just because of the fact that he's not a big puncher, but he's a good boxer and he's got a lot of speed. So therefore, he might.
Amir Khan has fast hands, soft chin.
Well, but there's the thing with Floyd not being a huge puncher himself.
It'll make no difference. Floyd hit him. Believe me, he's gonna cooperate. You go down by Julio Diaz, who way past his prime. Believe me, when Floyd hit you, you're going down too.
So any name out there who you think would give him the best run?
I mean, to be honest, I think Floyd already fought the best, and that was Canelo. When he fought Canelo, that's when he proved to the whole world. He found a good young hungry lion that's the best in the division by far. And is a future superstar. But everybody thought that he really had a chance, and once Floyd dominated him the way he did, now the truth is really out there that Floyd is the truth, and that, to be honest, none of these guys at 154, none of these guys at 147 really have nothing more than a puncher's chance. That's it.
And I'm sorry, I keep saying one more thing, but one more thing. Back to Manny real quick. Like, again, if you were advising Floyd and you could work past the Bob Arum things, you said maybe it's a little personal at this point, would you have him fight him, get it over with, or would you just...
I mean, I would think that if Bob's not in the picture, and because when Bob's not in the picture, all the parameters, everything changes. Because now, Floyd's the promoter. Floyd's calling all the shots. It's not one of those situations in which you have Bob saying, oh, well, we got to get this or we got to get that. That makes the fight easy. That makes negotiations easy. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, going back to what you were saying earlier about, guys who would probably give Floyd the best fights. I mean, I think that Garcia and Bradley probably are the two best out there. But Bradley's not going to fight him because he's with Bob. That's unfortunate too.
So you think Garcia is maybe likely in the next fight or two then?
Well, I mean, it looks like to me Garcia would rather not take that risk because he knows that when Floyd retires, that he's gonna be the next guy. The next guy that probably got potential to be a superstar. And that loss, I don't know if the loss is gonna hinder it or anything, because to be honest, losing to Floyd is no shame in it.
Right. All right, we'll wrap it up with that. All right, Jeff, we appreciate it. Thanks for the time. Best of luck to you on your health, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks.